Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
Hey, what's going on? It's the brain of the man right here, Nile Scala with the Pop XP, and joining me for this night, a creator power hour. I've got the man, the myth, the boob Dan art guy.
Hello, friend.
Plegel, what's up, buddy?
Not much, just working on some ash cans for Unhinged Entertainment, and here to hang out with you guys.
Awesome, awesome. And then we have the lovely, talented, don't cross her, by the way, but she will get things done, Miss Cara Nicole. Cara, how are we doing?
I am doing fantastic. Just making comics, making cosplay, and getting out into the world again.
There we go. Yeah, you have you have a couple of conventions coming up?
Well, we've got Planet Comic-Con coming up at the end of April. Then I will be at whatever Phoenix is calling itself now. And over the summer, I've got a fun little 3 city, see what else I can throw in there tour where I'll be in Hutchinson, Kansas, Casper, Wyoming, and then, barring any problems, Denver, whatever they're calling it now.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. Billy sent me the list of conventions we're going to hit, and I'm getting pumped. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do, but I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to Comic-Con?
That's the goal, man. That is the goal. New York will definitely happen. As far as, San Francisco, I don't know. But we'll San Diego.
I'm going.
Why did I just say San Francisco? What the hell is wrong with me? Oh my gosh!
Like, is there a show there? I want to go.
No. San Diego. What the? I need some alcohol or something. Anyways, we got a great show, guys. This is a creator power hour. We've got 5 awesome creators on, plus 2 amazing creator co-hosts tonight. We'll make sure we get a bit of their stuff in before we end. But let's bring in the creators. So first of all, again, we got Fizzchoso in the house. Fizz, how we doing, my man?
I'm doing all right.
Welcome back. Can't wait to talk about your campaign. And we got Joe M. Sonntag. What is going on, my man?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
Welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got such wonderful lighting behind you. It really sets the tone and the mood.
I try. I worked hard on it. They're all cheap lights, too. I'll just say that.
You don't need expensive lights. Seriously, people. You don't.
The light in my room is always piss poor. That's part of the reason why I don't show my face.
Well, you invest in a couple lights. They're really cheap. Real cheap. And we got Cody in the house from Jack Irons Comics coming in.
Howdy, folks. Howdy.
Amazing. Sir. Welcome to the show. And we got Russ in the house. Russ Cassedy, how we doing?
Russ.
You're muted, sir.
Ooh.
There we go. Come on, unmute, Russ.
What,
you can do it.
Of course, it's the IT guy that's going to be on mute when... That's actually what I do, running Teams Live events for Treasury Department. Obviously, I'll be the one that's muted.
It's all good, man. It's all good. And we've got Pedro in the house. Pedro, how we doing, man? Welcome back.
Thank you, man. What's up, guys?
Hi, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm at the beach right now with some friends, but I have to be here. So yeah, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Happy
let's
to
just
have
hope
you back,
let's just hope no crabs cut any cords.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you the time I had crabs, but first, let's talk about some comic books, huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's check it out. So Fizzchoso, he's got such a cool book. And this is was this your second go around with this?
My third go around.
Your third go around? All right, man, third time's a charm. We got to make this happen. Let's pull that up here. Boom. Goofinoid Origins. Tell us a bit about this, man. It's your third go around trying to get this book going. Tell us a bit about it.
So the basic idea is that this teenager named Hernando Main is suffering some kind of hallucinations. I mean, there's very few hallucinations in this book because at the start of the book he's taking his medication for it. Of course, his father's car gets stolen. So, and then he had to stop paying for the medications. So, as you imagine, they start to come back. but it's not really that much a big deal in this issue. So
Nice.
so Hernando's mother is assassinated by a secret society called the Order of Blanket, and he dresses a clown superhero in order to beat him up in funny ways. Actually, I want to make bring up this misconception right now. Goofinoid doesn't kill anybody. I just want to make that very clear. It's
Okay,
actually
so
kind of
he's not taking lives. He's just taking
No.
names.
No, his primary purpose is there to humiliate bad guys who try to present themselves as scary. Like
And what?
pretty much
How
anything.
did you come up with the character? This clown character.
I came up with this character in 2017 because I got inspired by two things. DC's The Creeper. By the way, read the 90 series. I'm just telling you, saying that read the 1990 series. And the Domino's Pizza Noid. Domino's Pizza Noid is actually the first inspiration.
Yeah.
My idea is that his costume comes more like the Noid, next issue, because this is just his first going around superhero.
Nice. I liked your character design for this.
Yeah. Of course, I'm going to be able to be getting better at. I learn as I go on. So I get better at. I'm not the artist, by the way, but I get better at telling the artist what to do, how to draw the characters as I go on.
Nice. And who did you come up with the gumball cannon here?
Yeah, I came up with that idea, of course.
Nice.
I really love this art.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, his name is Yan Kaczmarski. So he's exactly. That's why I hired him.
Comics. It's
exactly.
just, I really love this, and I like this concept. And this is your third time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to get this book funded. It's got to get funded.
This is my second month. Actually,
this is a great piece. This is a great book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually I love your cover. Now, I know when we had you on the show the first time, I was mentioning about this cover and how cool it would be to be like a print or anything. Have you considered that at all in the campaign, as making this like a print that could come with, any of these tiers?
No, I'm keeping everything low scale right now for my first campaign. Because I never filled a book before. The second campaign is when I start doing all the crazy stuff, like having a bunch of figurines and stuff. That's when I'm thinking of doing all that extra jazz you see seeing these campaigns be doing, like having stickers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right now, all you can get is a couple trading cards.
Hey, that's something. That's good. So, how many pages is this book, and how many books are in the series?
Right. This is gonna be 24 pages story. I do plan for this to go on for at least 30 issues. It's probably going on for longer than that. Because keep in mind, I won't be doing campaigns back to back. How it's going to be done after it becomes financially stable enough is I gotta just put it on blurb or keep putting it on Indie Planet or something until it finishes.
How many pages of this book is done so far?
Very, very few, because I ran out of money. I know it was going to happen ahead of time.
Oh yeah. You get enough. You got your sample pages. You're good there. People get an idea of the characters, the concept. I mean, this image here is awesome.
That's drawn by Renzo Rodriguez. It's a variant cover.
Yeah, very cool cover. You got a great concept, man.
I know. I got a great concept. Of course, some people don't like it, but I just ignore them. I actually want a Mike McMahon cover as well.
Mm-hmm.
I made everything super cheap because this is the floppy. So why would it cost a bunch of money for $25 just for 20 pages or something? That doesn't make any sense. Like, got to be at least 40 or more for you to consider that price.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to go into this. Is your work not good enough to be worth that amount?
No, because not enough pages. I want to give you actual value. That's why. That's why I won't only say.
Your story is good enough. It has value.
It has value.
Cover is good enough. It has value.
Exactly. That's why the variant cover.
Don't sell yourself short.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Because that why I think the variant cover costs more than the standard cover. One is by Renzo Rodriguez. The other is by Jan Kaczmarski. Never heard of him? Exactly. He draws the interiors.
All right, man.
Well,
I got to say, your goal is actually pretty. You got a good goal here. I mean, you're looking at $504 to get this thing funded.
No. I actually probably need more. I'm shooting for Indian Man. That's pretty much the whole entire point of this. I'm gonna need a lot more money to make this book. Probably around $2,000.
Yeah. So, what is your if this you've got 23 days left? If this one doesn't fund, are you gonna just get this thing open back up?
No. After the time is over, I'm gonna have to write a novel. Well, a short story set in my comic universe trying to build.
Sure, that's absolutely an option.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a collection of short stories.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, have you gotten to? Are you like working the scene, trying to get on other shows, things like that, to try to help continue promoting this?
Yes, but they're very, very few. Most of those bridges have been burnt, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that. Well, guys, if you can, I mean, this looks like a really good concept. It deserves a chance. First crowdfunded book, trying to get it off the ground. Some of us have already been there. It's a tough road in the beginning, but definitely give this a shot. Give Goofinoid a shot. If funds are tight this month or what have you, hey, at least share it on your social media. Share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever you can do. And if you are a fellow streamer out there watching this live or recorded, please reach out. Get Fizzchoso on your show. Get him to talk about his book. I mean, it's definitely. I see the inspiration here. I really like the concept, and I want you to get this book funded, so we can. I want to see what your final product is on this. Because again, I said since day one with your first campaign, I love the cover. I love the concept of the clown superhero and everything. And you have put some work into this, so we got to see this thing through.
Yeah, if you don't know this, the evil clown trope. There's nothing really more you can do with that. Like I've thought about it, like there's nothing more you can do with that. I mean, just like what more can you do with evil Superman? I thought that too. Like there's nothing really.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, hey, man, good luck with this. I'm gonna help push this for you. I'll be posting on my Twitter, my social, all my social outlets. We'll see if we can get this thing funded for you. But thanks for coming back on and chat with us. I hope you stick with us. We're going to now jump into to Mr. Cody here and talk a little bit about Jack Irons.
All right.
Issues 1 through 4, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Been at this, delivering it internationally the last 4 years. Been at it overall for the last 16, getting Jack out. And I'm just so happy to be back on the trail after a couple hard years. I know everybody's been having them, and they haven't quite stopped swinging. But we're all out there doing what we can, doing what we love, sharing our love of indie comics. And I'm so happy and proud to be here with you folks. And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I hate comics, but glad to have you here. I don't know this love thing. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, man, this looks cool. And we've kind of followed your book for a while now, so it was cool to get you to come on and talk about this in this campaign because it's issues 1 through 3 are done, right? And then
they're done. It's written there. Yeah, that's just funds 4.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's check out your campaign video, and then we'll chat about it.
All right.
That's pretty badass video right there.
Love that song.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. It's
Like
basically the
setup.
closest thing I got to a brother. Did the music on that, and I'm
Very cool.
so proud and blessed to work with the team I've been able to meet and
Yeah.
work with for a very long time. Been working with Maxie, our line artist, for about the better half of a decade. Actually, about 7-8 years now. So it's just been a wonderful journey.
The concept is intriguing. I mean, he's like a cyborg cowboy.
No sir, reincarnated immortal wearing armor.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Why'd you wear armor in the desert? When you get heat stroke?
Exactly. Page 3, issue number 1. Ain't no harm in having a healthy sense of the dramatic.
Love it. Love it.
It's a great. It's a cool book. You know what's really cool about this is like, every now and then we get some books on that really like you watch and you see these things, and especially when they get animated, like shit, I could really see that being like, an animated series of some kind, an animated drama of something.
Sure.
Like it's really cool. I love the animation style because it kept hitting me with like, remember the Max cartoon on MTV?
Yes.
I just love.
It more reminded me of Samurai Jack. If you don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Samurai Jack is a massive influence in the storytelling of Jack Irons, Steel Cowboys. So Samurai Jack, and we can start from there, is a singular force trained by multiple cultures to oppose a great and masterful evil, a very strong, almost Lovecraftian evil in a coup. Jack is a reincarnated mortal. He has lived many, many, many lives before this one, and now he finds himself stuck in this body. He's no longer reincarnating, nor is he dying. So he's trying to figure out what he is now. And he also has now found that his universe, his existence has manifested, instead of one evil, has manifested the four horsemen of the apocalypse. They're also very Lovecraftian horrors. When a sentient species reaches a certain amount of their type of evil, they manifest, they rip into reality, and they try and make reality themselves. And so that's where we find Jack trying to figure out his purpose in all of this craziness. And we've just been building the world around it. Ironverse Comics now has 3 titles in production alongside, 3 titles including Jack. And we're in it for the long haul. And we've just been able to do it for so long so far because of wonderful folks like your chat and yourselves giving us a shot and listening to us, in particular, crazy rantings.
Well, it probably makes for a great story with the way your mind works.
I think so.
The interiors are gorgeous.
Cody is really making me want to back his book. Unfortunately, I don't have the money.
That's been really common with so many folks this year in particular. Everybody's hungry, everybody's out there hustling, everybody's doing great work that deserves your support. So of course, if it's something you like, what we're doing, something you like, just spread the word. We offer issue number 1 on ironversecomics.com free to read. So if anybody wants to dive into our work and just check it out, I never have put a boundary in front of that. This work is supposed to be something that can resonate with anybody who wishes to interact with it. And it always pleases me that anybody's doing anything to interact with our work and support it, because it's been an extremely meaningful journey for myself and our team.
Yeah, I dig the art on this book. Looks really good.
It's gorgeous, man. All right, so let's talk about this. You said for many years you've been working on it. So how long when did this first initially blossom in your mind? Years ago.
I was 16 years ago. And then I did rough sketches. I wrote the scripts, right? And Jack Irons came out of my own, moving from childhood to adolescence to adulthood, the growing awareness of the human experience, the weight of what we can perceive what we are, the weight of empathy, the weight of understanding of the totality of reality, right? Jack was one of my coping mechanisms in understanding and working through it, through caricatures that I could recognize and play with, symbols that I could move around, chess pieces that I could see unfold and play out, right? And so that's kind of what this has been. Eventually a personal tragedy led to me deciding that now was the time to do something. I shot it out into the ether the way I do, tried to dive into comics, found out the only way to really get into comics is to make comics. So once I realized that, then I tried to figure out how do you do that. And so I kept reaching out. Eventually, I found a wonderful talent, Maxi Dallo, or we found each other, I guess is probably the best way to put it. Found him through Craigslist of all places, because I got sick of looking in general online and being ghosted by artists and not being told what budgets are or anything. Nobody was teaching me. So I thought, meet somebody in person so that I can at least no matter what, learn something, because there's that face-to-face interaction is a lot different. And so we were able to meet, and we've been working together again for quite a bit of time. And we've been growing together in this indie space. And Jack's been a wonderful mechanism for a lot of talents all over the indie space. I've been able to work with probably about 50 to 60 different talents over time, and we've got over 200 pieces of fan art on ironversecomics.com if folks want to see different interpretations of Jack. And it's just been, again, I can't understate how grateful I am for the journey that folks are allowing us to take, and I would love to do it again and keep doing it. It is planned as an unlimited series. We'll do as many issues as folks like. They come in 48-page floppies, and all of them are available on the campaign right now. If you folks want to grab them, limited numbers and a limited amount of time, sadly, for this one. And we could certainly use your help.
I'm definitely a backer on this project, and my only question after I backed was because I'd seen some of the line art stuff.
Yes.
Is it possible we're going to get a line art edition, maybe?
So a lot of people love Maxie's lines, right? Yeah. And I would love to do that. My main thing is keeping the band together and able to play, right? And second is what I would consider extra. Like, I considered releasing issue number 4. It's a beginning of a new story arc, right? So there's a little bit more leeway. But just doing that so I could lower the price of the campaign by a little bit, but it would have only dropped it by about $2,500. So it was like I could either keep the band together and work with the interpretation of Jack that resonates the strongest. Our color artist, Stephen Cannon, his vibrancy applied to Maxie's gritty and harsh cartoony lines really communicates the storytelling a lot better than without it. But again, Maxie's lines are gorgeous, and that's why I was proud to offer original art on this campaign for the first time.
I always back both
real quick.
I always back both. Gotcha. I love the line art edition, and I also love the color because, like you said, color is the other half of the coin.
Yeah,
even on my own campaign, I have both, just because, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cody, we've done a campaign where we offered a raw edition where it was basically no letters either. It was just the black and white art, so people could enjoy the black and white art, and it was just one tier, so the people could have that option to
totally multiple
on. And now that you have the 4 books, you could do it of just all the 4 books together as like one thing.
Totally. In the future, I'd love to do stuff. I gotta focus. Like, we have a million options to do. We have tons of potential, but if we cannot meet the goals that we set for ourselves already, then adding extra is simply a burden. Our last campaign, I added a lot of things that did help, and I was glad to get them out to everybody, but it was more than I expected work-wise and price-wise. And with this campaign, I put it exactly what we needed. And so anything else, like a higher print run of anything or anything like that, like, I could do that if we had hit that very quickly. At this point, we are scraping. So I'm in the scrap mode, and I am trying my best to deliver exactly what we intend to, most efficiently and precisely as possible, to prove to backers that we are continuously worth their time, effort, money, readership, and attention.
Amazing, man. Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm definitely going to be a backer of this myself. I get caught up with all these 4 issues. And we got some people in the chat saying they're going to be doing the same. Thank you. Gorgeous book. I mean, Cara, what do you think on this one?
I am loving that you have a clown theme. Like, did you set that up for tonight?
That was just consistent. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was actually Max's idea of communicating. We're in this issue. It's the first time we're diving into one of the 4 horsemen's hellscapes, and we're diving into what I call in this campaign corporate hell, famine's work. So this is again, we deal with a lot of symbolism and caricatures, and so the sad clown is a very specific communication on society these days. So of course that made its way.
And before I go, I just want to say my reason why I'm going is I got split priorities. I got a major channel I always hang out on that I gotta go to. So
okay,
bye everybody.
All right, take care. Good luck.
Good luck with the campaign.
Yes.
Take care, Fizz.
So I think that this campaign, I'm loving the art, I'm loving the flavor, and it's new. It's not a standard superhero. It's not your standard horror. Like, you really kind of thought outside the box and you combine genres. And I think Cowboys are coming back. I'm very excited for Cowboys to be coming back. And, you know, I have my own Cowboy book that I'm working on as well. So I'm very excited. And the fact that you've got this as more of a modern.
There you go. We got the hat and all.
Yeah, right?
Nice. That's what
Yes.
I'm
Well, I got you. Didn't have to late. No, thank you so much. No, I'm very we deal in caricatures, symbols. So the armor communicates chivalry. The griminess communicates something, right? A cowboy, the symbol of a cowboy communicates something. The symbol of a biker communicates something. The steel horses communicate something. So we try and build something very, very deep and hopefully effective and affecting, emotionally investing. And again, I'm very hopeful. No matter what, we're going to get this book out over time, but we can do more work the sooner you help us do it, folks. So yeah, now, check it out. And again, dive on in. If it's something you'd like, check out ironversecomics.com, free reads and everything you can find us at.
Awesome.
But can you sing us a cowboy song?
Could I? Yes. Did you pay me enough? No, ma'am. Sorry.
Do we ever get paid enough, Cody? Come on.
That could be a stretch goal.
Just do it.
Like,
Put a little twang in there. You know?
You're going to sing us a cowboy song.
Sing the cowboy song.
Oh, nope. Not going to happen. Not going to happen, folks.
Not going to happen. What?
Even that, I got to take off the hat for that. Yeah.
There you go.
That's just too much. It's too much. No, I appreciate you folks greatly, but yeah, I'm not much of a public performer. Let's just say that.
You're not a public performer. Come on. You're a hell of a talker, my friend. You got the gift of gab. We will say that.
It's called John. It's rambling. It works. I'll take it. It's a tool, but I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, check out.
Thank you kindly.
Yes, thank you kindly, all of you. Thank you very much.
I did it. Thank you. Kindly.
All right. And man, hey, everyone, please share this on your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever you have, throw it at him and get Cody on, man. The guy can talk, dude. He's very. I like the way you speak, my friend. You had my attention the whole time.
Well, I also have, if folks are interested, want to take the time, Ironverse Comics on YouTube. I do live streams pretty much every day. If anybody wants to hang out and talk about what I'm doing at the time, all the trailers that I make, I've been doing on that. It's a good place to go and check that out. Do indie comics reviews. I do all kinds of stuff. Check it out if you would. I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, we had Cody on not too long ago on Art and stuff.
Yes,
that was fun.
You.
It was fun looking at
campaign
and just chilling out with you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, let's check out. Let's jump into now a little Reaper Destroyer.
Yeah, that's sexy.
This is no offense to anyone, but this is like right up my alley. I love this. Actually, you know, I really love this because I feel like, and you'll see once I start premiering my images, I think we'll get along well.
Oh yeah,
and with my world of Medico and your world of Reaper Destroyer, man, I think there could be something there. I think there could be a collaboration. It's gonna be.
I'm all about it.
What's up?
I was just gonna say this was a book that was inspired right out of all my influences. You know, I grew up I was a young teenager in the 90s, especially like when Image Comics hit. And there was just a wealth of awesome new characters and creativity during that time, and amazing art. It was something that inspired me to do what I'm doing now, and I wanted to bring back that flavor. You know, like I feel like there's a need for this style of book in the industry, whether it's mainstream or whether it's indies. It doesn't matter. Like I really think that people are missing like this kind of style of dark hero book that we all grew up loving, and that's what I want to do with this. That's what I'm bringing.
Very cool, man. Now, what were your inspirations? What were the inspirations for you as far as those books? Like, were there specific titles that still hold true for you today?
Well, I mean, for this particular book, this is an amalgam. I can never say that word. Amalgamation. It's a combining of all of my loves of the 90s. So I basically, when I put the story together and the character together, I combined like 10 different characters I absolutely love, different versions of powers and whatnot, and just kind of put them all together. Same thing with the story. I included a lot of the pop culture that I was watching at the time. There's some awesome movies in the 90s and late 80s, cool concepts. And it's basically just, if you read this book and I'm a 40-year-old 40-year-old man, you know, so you're going to have influences of that time. So if you're my age, you're probably going to dig a lot of the stuff that you read in this, because you're going to be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that shit. But I was really influenced by like Top Cow, specifically Mark Silvestri, David Finch, a lot of those guys, pretty much Image in general. I always say like I'm a child of Image, you know, like I was born of Image when it comes to that era. I just thought it was one of the best.
It was kick-ass, man.
comics.
It was a kick-ass time.
Characters.
I mean, they were rock stars, dude. They still are. They still are in my book.
It's actually, if you, absolutely. I mean, I wish that more of them would actually be drawing still. I think there are too many that are kind of semi-retired. I'd love to see Mark Silvestri come back out and do some, you know, full-time work again.
He is working on a Batman project.
He is, but he's been working on it for a while.
Yeah, but
so
I think
I'm
it's
getting
finally
worried.
coming to a head. No, I think it's coming to a head now. Yeah, because I had Matt
awesome.
Hawkins. Last time I was talking to Matt Hawkins, he was saying he's the president of Top Cow, and he was saying that he's on the cusp, I think, of completing that. But he wouldn't say what was going to happen after. And I'm trying really hard to get. I want to get Mark on. I've had him on for a half hour once, but I want to get him for like a good hour.
Yeah, that's right. I saw it. I remember that now. Yeah. Dude, yeah, I'm jealous, man. If I ever got a chance to talk to that dude, I'd probably just clam up and stutter a lot, you know.
Yeah, they're all good dudes. I mean, we had Jim Valentino on a couple weeks ago, and you know, I chat with him now every now and then. I mean, he's actually a good dude to talk to. You know, Will Spartaccio still kicks ass. If you follow him on social media, you can see he's still drawing a lot of stuff, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of them still are working. I mean, even Rob, you know, depending on how you feel about him, but I mean, the guy's still
Rob.
Working, man.
Yeah,
Rob's
I love
still
Rob.
working.
I love all
it's
those
Jim's
guys.
really the only one that's kind of out of it.
Yeah. I got some things. I love Jim's old stuff, not so inspired by his newer stuff. But you know,
corporate man now.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. You know,
But, what are you gonna do? He tasted. He had a sip of the punch. That's some good punch.
Speaking of Top Cow, though, as far as the team I've got on this book, I've got an incredible amount of talent that I went out and got on this book. So I do the art, I do the pencils, and I went out and grabbed up two of my favorite inkers, and I think are some of the best inkers of the 90s and rank right up there of all time, in my personal opinion, and Joe Weems and Matt Bat Banning, who were working for Top Cow in the 90s. And those guys are just bringing some brilliant ink lines to my art and just making everything look great. And then I also have one of the best colorists in the business, Kyle Ritter, going to be coloring.
You got Kyle on it. Kyle's awesome.
Yeah,
he is awesome.
I'm completely blown away by the talent that I've actually been able to work with. You know, it's a very humbling experience to work with these guys, and then just to be I'm Joe Nobody. You know, when it comes down to it, like I'm just coming up. I've never worked in the business, never done anything. This is the first time I'm trying to actually get something out there. It's always been a dream of mine. And to actually work with some of the guys I idolized as a kid, you know, because I loved Silvestri and Turner and Finch and all those guys. And you never saw those guys usually without the names Weems or Bat on the covers with them, you know, and I always loved their inks. And here I am, a chance to work with them, and it's been a dream come true. Kyle, I've been a fan of his for a while. We've been talking back and forth for a little bit now, and he's just a super awesome dude and just a talented guy. And I can't believe that he's on board to do the colors of this book. So it's just a complete dream, man. I can't thank, you know, Comicsgate enough and everybody that I'm working with for this book. So I'm extremely excited to get this out to you. Launching May 14th, by the way, 9 p.m. Michael Bancroft's channel.
Yeah, is Eric Weathers doing your lettering?
Yes, yeah. How could I forget Eric? Yeah, Eric, again, one of the best letterers out there. I was like, go after the best. That's always been my goal. If I'm going to work with people, I want to work with the most talented. I want to work with people that are way more talented than I am.
Hey, you surround yourself with talented people, you get results.
Absolutely.
But no, man, this looks good. So tell us a bit about the story now. Let's dive into this. What is Reaper Destroyer about?
Yeah, so an elevator pitch would be in a dark, twisted version in New York City. Matthew Walker fights for survival and tries to regain his memories, living imprisoned in the supernatural suit of armor that's inhabited by the ancient spirit of death, who is trying to possess his soul. When a warring group of immortals race to control this newfound power, man and spirit must make an uneasy alliance to fight the true evil that is being unleashed on the world. I asked the question, in a world of immortals and monsters, who is the true villain? I will explore the psyche of a man who is forced to walk the line between good and evil, and what are the consequences of his decisions. So this is this is a book that I've spent a lot of time on. I was on with Andy Smith yesterday, and the best way I can kind of describe what I'm trying to do with this world that I'm building is I've always been a huge fan of like Tolkien and was it George R. Martin, I think, but these guys that can create like an entire history of their world. And now this world is more based, in the real world, New York City, modern times, but I've created an entire history going back to the dawn of time with characters that I can really, it's a rich timeline that I can jump back and forth and really kind of dive into this world and explain who these people are, where this entity came from, what he was used for, and what the purpose is now. But it's like I said, it's a combination of a lot of stuff from my childhood. I was a fan of the Highlander. I was a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Guyver, Moon Knight, Darkness, Spawn. All those elements are in this book.
Oh, fantastic! Now, are we looking at like an anti-hero type character?
Yes. Yeah, this is definitely not a superhero book. Absolutely not a superhero book. It's a guy that is not. He's unwittingly in a position that he's in. He doesn't want to be in it. He has no aspirations to be a hero. He actually wants nothing more than to be free of what is considered a curse. In this situation, he's trapped inside this suit of armor that acts like a prison, and his cellmate, unfortunately, is a spirit that absolutely wants to possess his soul. So if his soul is possessed, who knows where he goes, but he's not in control anymore. So he's in this horrifying situation. He suffers from a PTSD from the situation that put him in, or that made him into the Reaper Destroyer. So we're gonna really look at how that affects him as a character going forward. And every time he has like a flashback, we go to this nightmarish universe that he kind of goes in, and we really kind of see the things that are really, really haunting him. And every time he disappears, the spirit takes over in the real life. So he's really struggling, back and forth for control of himself, as well as fighting all, a ton of enemies who are all trying to possess this power.
Cool, man. I love it. I love that, man. That's cool. And you did something really neat by you started reaching out and offering, limited ash cans. For this book. What made you come up with? Oh, wait, what do we got right here? What is that?
Oh,
let's just jump the screen there.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
Yeah,
would you look at that? Would you look at that there, Dan?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this was actually, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. This was an idea I ripped off from my co-host Sean Aaron on Ott and Stuff. He was doing these ash cans for a while. He was a con guy that would go to cons and sell sketchbooks and whatnot, and this is just
I love you, dollar coins.
This is how he would do stuff for people that couldn't afford anything at the cons. And so one day he launched an ash can last year for his book that actually, by the way, Type 1, a mailing list just dropped, everybody. It's an Extreme Studios kind of feel. If you like the image books, you're going to like that too. Check out Type 1 by Sean Aaron. Anyway, he launched an ash can last year as a preview book, and it went real well. And so I'm like, I'm going to rip him off. I'm going to do the same thing. So I did mine, I think like in December, I think is when I launched. I can't remember. But I did 2 different versions, and they both sold very well. And what was unique about it is it wasn't an IGG. It was just a direct to DMs kind of campaign. Like if you wanted the book, you got a hold of me personally. We exchanged information. That was kind of cool because I got to meet a lot of people and just talk to a lot of people. It was very more intimate, right? Instead of just people backing and getting a product. So that was cool in itself. And, it gave me a little bit of experience under my belt for fulfilling a campaign, and going through the process of everything you have to do to get it out to your backers. So it worked all around for the experience.
Nice, man. That's really cool. Now, when's the actual campaign launching?
May 14th, Saturday at 9 p.m. on Michael Bancroft's channel. We're going to launch that night. And then afterwards, I'm going to go on with CG Talks and just party. I'm going to party on all night. This is something I've been waiting to do for a long time now. I've been drawing since I was 8 years old. I wanted to be a comic book artist since I was, at least 11. Tried to break into the industry when I was 20, the early 20s. That didn't really work out that well. Various reasons, editors, all that kind of stuff. The industry was kind of in a weird spot at that time anyway. And I took a long break to do music for about 10 years. I was an independent touring band. And when I came back to comics everything had kind of changed. And I started learning about this thing called crowdfunding, this, Comicsgate, all this kind of stuff. And I really found my niche of where I wanted to go and to bring a character to that realm. And this is just, I've been working on this now about 3 years. I've been in development of this story and getting the art to the point where I wanted it to actually to start drawing the book and to get the talent on the book that I've gotten. So it's going to be a party on May 14th. There's going to be a giant party. I might do a little drinking. So everybody come join me. It's going to be fun.
Drinking. And you have your campaign video up?
Yeah. So this is a teaser video I've got for the mailing list.
All right, let's check it out. Nice.
I got to say, too, the reason why it's in black and white, I had a different colorist on this project for the longest time, and we parted ways recently. No real drama. I'm not really going to get into it or denigrate that guy in any kind of way, but it just kind of happened that I hadn't got any work from him back, and so it's just kind of time to move on, which is why I've got Kyle going to be working on some stuff to get ready for the campaign. I know he's a busy man right now working on Wreck Planet and a bunch of other stuff that he's doing, so this isn't going to take away from any of the stuff that he's working on personally, but we're going to get enough so we can get this campaign launched, and you're going to see some absolutely gorgeous pages when he gets done coloring them.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, man. Can't wait to have you on to go through the full campaign.
Yeah, dude.
And check this stuff out. That'll be a good time. So, yeah, I think we're scheduled, right? Are we scheduled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked. Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, cool, man. Well, hey, everyone, make sure to sign up. The link is in the description. The link for all of these campaigns you're seeing tonight are in the description below. So click those links. And while you're there, if you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and smash that bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new videos. But again, sign up for this mailing list if you haven't, and spread the word. I think this is going to be a fun book. I enjoy a good anti-hero story. We're going to switch it up right now. We're going to get a little. We're going to get charmed.
This is I like the beauty of these panels, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. So here we are. We got a Kickstarter here for Charms. Now, Russ, you are no stranger to crowdfunding.
No, I am not. I've only been in the comic industry for like 3.5 years. But yeah, as of recently, the last 15 months, I've done like 30 Kickstarters for creators.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's, so I work for Murat Michaels mostly. I do all of his crowdfunding, his website. I edit his books. I color things when he needs me to. I hire artists. Whatever he needs me to do, I do it. But I also do a lot of crowdfunding for, new guys that have no clue how to use Kickstarter. So I just make myself available. People find me, and I help folks out. So nice. I do Dan Mendoza's backer kit projects. He likes doing his own Kickstarters. He likes creating the graphics and everything. I don't blame him for that. That's a little bit of fun. So I handle all the rough stuff behind the scenes, the survey stuff.
Now, did you start off with Murat and this whole like since day one with all the crowdfunding stuff?
No. So Murat was partners with Brian Sharp at Counterpoint.
Yep.
And then Brian decided to spend more time, family time, basically. So then Murat basically said, hey, he reached out to me. I was already coloring his Naughty and Nice books. And And he was like, hey, you're an IT guy. Can you figure this stuff out? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I can figure it out. So it's just kind of exploded from there. Once I was doing it from Rot, Dan reached out, and then I'm like, well, if I'm doing it for these folks, I might as well do it for, Jim Noble and Alton Simpson and, basically, numerous other folks. So.
Mm-hmm. Very cool, man. Well, let's talk about this. So, and Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Now,
she was playing Warcraft. That's why I was sitting here by myself.
I heard yelling in the background. That's what I thought it was. Okay.
Sorry, I got a little. Yeah, he got me down on that.
So talk us through this campaign yet, because this now you're not working on anyone else's now. This is yours. This is your.
Yeah, this is my first one, which is interesting because it'll be my first time doing fulfillment on my own, which will help me to help other creators even more. To understand the fulfillment portion of Kickstarter as well. So. It's one of those random, you're driving along in a car and all of a sudden, boom, you have an idea. And I'm like, oh, okay, have an idea. I want to have a teenage girl with a charm bracelet that she can throw the charms and the animals come to life.
That's what he had.
That's all I had. So I basically came home and I told Sarah, I'm like, hey, I've got this idea. This is what I want to do. And she reads a lot. She reads a lot of novels. She's one of those people that can consume 400 pages in a night. And she just started spouting off all kinds of things. And she'll tell you, she's like, I was basically, you're taking my project. What's going on here? This was my idea.
I kind of thought about it, actually.
Yeah. But then, it's like, hey, if you're this interested, then, you can just write the book.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on that. That was just, I was like, hey, this would be cool places to take these characters. Because I turned 1 into 3.
And it just grew. It just grew into an entire world basically. We decided to do a 4-book, mini series to launch the story. But basically, the book is going to center around those three kids, 3 teenagers. They're going to discover in the series that they're part of an ancient tribe that has magicians and basically are able to forge these bracelets, and the charm bearers, as they're called, are able to bring the animal charms to life to fight beside them. So yeah, because I've been in the industry for just a few years, but with with Marat and some of the other folks that I've been able to meet, I had a lot of people reach out, and I got some great cover help. And Nate Lovett is here in Ohio. I reached out to him. I love his art. He's done some work for Nickelodeon, and I was like, "Hey, Nate, I want to do this book." And Sarah and I weren't too sure on how to do a script and that kind of stuff. We basically just did a 1-page script, and Nate was able to build the story from that, the panels and everything. So, we learned a lot on the way. So we've, Sarah's already written most of book 2. And she's writing it in a much different fashion, so that she knows what the artist wants now, instead of just saying page 1. This is what has to happen on page 1, and leaving it all to the artist, which can be good, but also bad if you're expecting this character to say something first in the box, and that person's on the right side of the panel. It's hard to get that in the correct order for the reader to read. So.
Yeah, the interiors are really good. I like the interiors. I like that kind of animation style.
Yeah, it's clean. It's just easy on the eyes. We're going for a teen plus type of book, so we wanted it to be attractive to teens as well as adults. So that's why we were going that route. But
Very
basically,
cool.
This book 1 is bouncing between 2 arcs: the jungle scene, and then this karate tournament, which just nicely coincides with Cobra Kai.
yeah, I see that. And then you've got your team here?
No, that's the karate tournament. The people that are in the tournament.
Gotcha.
There's a LaRusso.
Nice. So you've got 4 stories for this, right? So there's going to be 4 books in this.
Right.
This is book 1.
Yes.
So they're not getting 4 books with this campaign. They're just getting the first book.
Correct. They're getting the first 24-page, first 24-page book. At 25-page book, I'm having them add another page.
Okay, so the charms now. So we see karate and stuff going on here, but what's with the charms? Where do the charms come in?
So
you
if
can
you-
see
if you
them
go-
in the first page.
If you go back to the second page, go up to the second page of the jungle, right there at the bottom.
Here or this?
Go
bottom?
down a little bit, right there. There you go. See, what she's doing right there is throwing a charm down, and it's turning into a huge snake.
I see.
So
but
when
the
we get
teenage
to,
girls get them, right?
well, not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Well, we don't want to give away too much because as you read the story, you're finding out things as the teenage girl is finding out things.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to give away. It's hard not to give away too much. That basically,
That's why I don't talk. I tend to give away way more stories than he wants me to.
yeah.
So in the first one of these we did, I was talking and he's just looking at me like,
You're
No.
telling him the whole story.
and yeah, so I'm just gonna let him do it. But yeah, it's definitely showing the teen's life kind of, and the small things and big things that they go through,
Mm-hmm.
and simultaneously this group is fighting their enemy, so to speak, and then it's all going to merge. So eventually, in the
Cool.
arc, and she'll figure it out, and they'll learn more. So yeah,
So we're going to get down here to the tiers. So the first tier, we did the cover A's by the interior artist Nate Lovett. Obviously, so it made sense to have the interior guy doing the main cover for the Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
This book cover B is by Poopy Cat on Instagram. Her name is
I was
Kate.
like, I'm not gonna laugh, but you said poopy.
Her
cat.
name is Kate Pellerin. She's got a following.
Mm-hmm.
She does illustrations for children magazines.
Oh, cool.
And I saw her art, and I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna have her do a cover for me.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just I was trying to find different things. I mean, when you've done 30 Kickstarters, you see a lot of the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go outside. I'm an outside the box thinker, and sometimes way outside the box. So, I wanted to do some things differently. This is a chibi cover by Du Noir. She just does great work, and she also did this cover as well, which is just a different style, a more serious style. This is by Comfort Love and Adam Withers. They have a pretty big following on Twitch. They do a webtoon. This is by Harley Quinn's Chad Harden.
Yes.
He did the interiors for Harley Quinn for DC for quite a few years.
Yeah, Chad's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Mark May's a good dude too.
This is from Mark May. Mark drew this, and then Sanju did the colors. Came out really nice.
Yeah, Sanju's another great colorist.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
He's a good artist too. He's actually done some covers, not just colored them for some.
So
campaigns.
I haven't told a couple people this, but Sanju's actually going to draw and color a cover for book 2 in the fall.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
and you got Sean Forney too. He's another good artist.
Yeah, so I met Sean through obviously Marat. I call Sean Mr. Pooh because he's colored like 400 Do You Pooh covers. So I call him Mr. Pooh. But yeah, he's here in Ohio as well. He's doing the finishing colors. I'm coloring the book, and then he's coming behind me and doing the finishing colors. So he did a cover as well. This one's by Richard Bonk, who has worked for Image and just a lot of different publishers.
Oh yeah, I consider him mainstream. I mean, he's worked for everyone.
Yeah, and his dinosaurs are awesome. I mean, he draws like the best dinosaurs. And that was colored by Chuck Obach. This is one of the outside the box things that's gone pretty well for me. Ryan Kincaid. I'm a firm believer that like actors get typecast into specific roles, and when you try to change that role, people don't necessarily agree with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And Ryan's known for his sexy covers, so I'm like, Ryan, can I get you to do a cover for me? I'm going to ask you to do something really weird. And I said, I want a Calvin and Hobbes homage, and he's like, okay. So I gave him the image that I wanted him to do, and that's what he did. And this is the Shannon Mayer cover. Shannon obviously being a Marvel and DC artist. So I met Becky Fuller on Facebook. She was asking basically how to color, if anyone could help her color in Procreate on iPad. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you. And, we're talking, on Messenger and whatnot. And she kept saying, yeah, Shannon says that. Yeah, Shannon says that. I'm like, who's Shannon? And she's like, Shannon Mayer. And I'm like, yo, Shannon Mayer? And she's like, he's my boyfriend. And I'm like, why are you asking me for help? And, she's like, because he doesn't use Procreate on an iPad. And I'm like, okay, that's a fair point. So I just was helping her and reached out to get a cover. Now I'm doing something that, like I said, outside the box, right? So acetate covers. You guys remember the acetate covers? It's a clear piece of plastic on the front. So I wanted to give Becky and Shannon the opportunity to be able to do a cover together. Now Shannon's not going to let Becky touch his work, right? So I'm like, okay, Becky, how about you do a border, and we'll slap it. We'll have it printed on acetate, and then we'll put that acetate over top of the trade variant. So basically, you'll have the acetate border on Shannon's cover, and then the Virgin will just be his cover. So that's how I was able to squeak out them being able to do a cover together. So yeah, that's pretty much the brunt of it. Like I said, I've met a lot of people in the short time that I've been in the industry, and people are really good about you scratch their back, they'll scratch yours. So I've been very fortunate to meet the right people that are willing to do that.
Very cool, man. Yeah, no, the book looks great, and good luck with it. You got, 4 stories in the skies. Check it out if this is, your flavor. Make sure you get there, back this campaign, and once you do, share it on your social media through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you're doing. And Russ, I'm not going to speak for you and Sarah, but I'm sure if there's other streamers out there that have shows, if you're willing, maybe they can reach out to have you as a guest on their show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, good luck, because this is your first campaign, right?
Yeah, this is my first. Yeah, this is our first campaign. For ourselves, and but that's Kickstarter to me is basically second nature. It's I can pretty much do it blindfolded now.
Would you consider rolling this over to Indiegogo or anything like that and try to grab an audience there?
Possibly. I would possibly consider it. But I've done that for a couple folks, and it. They've done like 10, 12K on Kickstarter, then roll over to Indiegogo and have made like $1,500. But when you look at that, like Billy has said, any money's money. You don't throw, even if it's $500, you don't leave money on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's something that I'd probably entertain if I knew that folks would be interested in doing that. And I do have other covers in the works as well. So
okay.
I've got some retailers that have picked up retailer packages, and they want their own retailer variant covers. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. That works for me.
Perfect. Cara, what do you think of this campaign? You're muted, darling. You're muted.
Still muted.
She's still talking.
She's doing it on purpose.
She is. Can I unmute her? Nope.
That's not good stuff. Whatever she said.
Was she doing sign language?
No, I had they were mowing the yard, so I turned on my mute. But I love this art. It's so cute, and it's very, very well done. You've got some top-notch covers. You know exactly what you're doing. You have a foundation that most people don't have. So, I love that you're willing to share the wealth in regards to credit. You want those people on your team, and that's good. You're not competing with your teammates. And I do see something, unfortunately, you know what I'm talking about, people. You see that sometimes where people are like, it's my book, don't touch it. It's mine. Like, no, we want all the talent. We want everybody's brilliance together. And I think that you guys really knocked it out of the park on this. Really give yourself a huge pat on the back. You have retailers that you're going to, so regardless of how well you fund, you still have that. You're looking big picture here.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, and I I've actually been working with a really cool editor, James Patrick, who's doing Kaiju Score right now for Aftershock. And I mean, he's been around the block. He's written for Harley Quinn, Green Arrow, Batman. He's written a lot of short stories and stuff for DC. So I mean, he's been very helpful in saying, okay, what direction do you want to go? Do you want to talk to a publisher? Do you want to do you want to pitch, or do you want to keep it yourself? And and talking with Marat's like, I don't really understand why people are even going to publishers anymore. If you can build your foundation, your backing on crowdfunding, it's the way to go, because you're not splitting, you're not sharing the money with anybody. And
except for Backer Kit and Kickstarter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing that's coming up. I mean, doing all these Kickstarters, I'm really wondering, if it doesn't make sense to build your foundation on a crowd platform, crowdfunding platform, and then just take it to a mailing list, and then just do it through a store or whatever, Shopify, Etsy, whatever store you choose.
Right.
But does it make sense just to use a mailing list and something like that and keep the money to yourself and not pay somebody else?
Well, let me tell you, for a small campaign, which is what my Ashcan campaign was, the direct DM thing worked actually very, very well. I just advertised it, went on stream, told people about it, and I had a bunch of people just flooding my DMs or my email, on all the social media. So that actually worked pretty well. And then I didn't have to share my money with anybody. But a bigger campaign, I definitely go through. I'm going to definitely go through IGG with Reaper Destroyer just for the organization of it all.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're right. It is organized, but I mean, like I said, I do Marat's Shopify site, so so I mean, I see when he does a 24 or 48 hour sale, and how much money he makes doing that type of deal. I mean, he has a huge, he has that following. So if you can build up that kind of a following, there's no reason why you can't leverage your website as well, to get sales with your mailing list.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I would, I didn't realize you were working with so many people. If you're still open, I would love to talk to you at some point. How busy we are with all of our campaigns and stuff too, and how much we have going on with it. So if you're down
talked to anybody, and Alfred mentioned he was going to reach out.
We've just been so busy.
Yeah.
We've been so busy.
Trust that guy, Russ.
We don't have a use, so we're doing it all ourselves, and So we'd like to be able to put out more product and less doing the work behind it. There's so much people don't really understand. Well, why don't you have a new book out every month? Because I have to fill orders, because we have to build our campaigns, because we have to do those things. So and you do have experience. But I love this campaign. This reads pro. It does. It reads pro, and you have all of.
It looks great,
isn't it? I mean, look at this Shannon Mayer cover. I'm like, friggin'
it's so nice.
Shannon cover.
It's mesmerizing.
Very cool. Well, hey, Russ and Sarah, thanks so much for sharing this campaign with us.
Absolutely.
We'll continue to help spread the word and share links throughout social media as well.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And Pedro.
Hey,
Pedro, my man, how are we doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Tropical Magicks #1.
How are those tropical beaches, friend?
Oh, dude, this took me completely out of surprise, and they have been forcing me to drink, and I'm doing my best to behave.
Torture.
So, I apologize in advance.
Let's do this real quick before we get going with Pedro. Pedro, for one, has one of the coolest trailers I've ever seen that he put together for this campaign. It's truly awesome, and Pedro is a phenomenal guitarist. I just want to throw that out there to everybody.
Really? I did not know
if you ever catch him on the Pontificators, jamming the Guess What or Guess Who songs or whatever it is.
Guess that tune.
Song it is. Yeah, he does a fantastic job. Check it
out.
out.
Does Art drum on that?
I wish. He needs to.
He needs to drum on it. I don't know if his mic can handle it though.
Probably not. But it'd be cool though.
With streaming it's hard because you have to overcome lag, and that there's no way around it yet. So.
Well, let's start off. Let's kick it off with your campaign video.
Let's do it.
All right. think you got everyone dancing backstage there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel the music.
Now you made that video yourself because you're a bit of an
Yes, sir.
animator too, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been an animator for 20 years. Want to be comic book artist for around a year and a half.
Very cool, man. So Tropical Magicks is here. We're past just the emailing list. Tell us a bit about this book, man.
So okay, Tropical Magicks. It's a mix of Cheech and Chong and Mad Max, but in a world of magic and technology. That's basically what it is. It's two reluctant heroes. These guys, it's not that they're weak, they're very powerful, but they survived an event that has them doubt on themselves and their powers. So as the story progresses, the call to action is basically first, get off your ass, and second, dude, it's time to save the world. So you see the journey to them. I took a cue from Akira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress, when you see the story from the eyes of the weakest characters, which were two peasants. So the attitude of these two characters is like that. So it's basically like a Cheech and Chong, guys who don't know what's really happening and everything happens surrounding them, but sparkling some magic powers.
Very cool, man.
Love that page.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, this page here is awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, guys, the book is 72 pages. It's completely drawn. We're in the process of lettering it, so we're on page 30, I think. Our plan is to have the book completely lettered and ready for print by the end of the campaign.
Nice.
Very cool. Now, with this book, how many is this a one shot or is this going to be an ongoing series?
I'm thinking about doing a 3-story arc because I'm not that much of a fan of like ongoing stories, but that's a personal choice. Like, I mean, that's basically what people do in comics, and I've enjoyed like the Hulk is one of my favorite like characters. But within the stories I want to tell, I want like a beginning, middle, and end to the arc of the characters. So probably the world will be open for new stories, but it's gonna be different characters, not this two.
Oh, very cool, man. Very cool. So with this campaign going, right, you got your characters, you got your perks, you got everything set up. Is there anything secret you're planning? Like sometimes, creators are like, maybe if I get to a certain dollar amount, I'm going to throw something in. Maybe something they don't expect.
I'm keeping it very simple because this is my first campaign and I'm doing it from Latin America, so I had to go through a lot of hoops. So now I want to keep it simple. So basically, the stretch goals are trading cards. Like with the purchase of any of the tiers, you will get the Huanca card, which is the first card, and there's 4 more cards. For those who signed up at the mailing list phase, they get the team card, so that's exclusive. But yeah, so far I have planned for 4 cards.
Oh,
nice.
Cool, man.
Nice. Look at that. I love that.
Yeah, I like the character. I love.
So cool.
Yeah. I'm such a, I'm an animation buff, and I collect rare animation, all that stuff. I'm trying to save my own library, right? My own history of animation. So I really enjoy comics that have an animation feel to them. Charms, yours, and it's not like a cartoony animation. It's still like I feel like it has that mix of kid-friendly, adult-friendly style. And
exactly.
I dig that. I like that, and I like what you've done here with this book. And
thank you.
I'm definitely going to back up. I'm going to pretty much back everyone's book tonight. But
awesome.
Again, another book here that's really cool. And you, sir, are another one. Hang on, I got to rush up here because you need to get funded. We got to get you funded.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm funded.
We need to get you funded.
We need to get you funded.
So your goal is 3,000. You have 7 days left.
Yeah,
so everyone
exactly.
out there, we got to help spread the word for Tropical Magicks #1. Again, I'll repeat it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your OnlyFans, your Tinder, your whatever you're doing out there, your YouTube. You got to share the word on Tropical Magicks and get this campaign set, and then get you in demand, so you can keep getting backers as you're finishing this book. But
yes, sir.
Are you looking to extend? You haven't extended yet, have you?
No, I haven't extended it. I mean, I'm not gonna do like the whole Ed 209 thing. Like wait until the last minute. Maybe like on the last day, I'll extend it right away. Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan.
Good, man. That's cool.
And also
you're going through Critical Blast. RJ's gonna do the fulfilling on this.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Excellent.
Very, very informative and very open with everything. Like I couldn't be happier.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey man, this looks great. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with this campaign, the
Mhm.
book. I'd like to see more from you. I love your animation. Now you work with other creators. You've done some
Yes,
other
sir.
animation things. Are you open to working with other creators that may need campaign videos
Yes.
or other type
Mhm.
of things?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So
And how
so
can
far
they get in
I've
touch with you?
done through Twitter DMs. Basically, it's the way they can get through me. It's at ngila in Twitter. You'll find me there. DM me directly. Tell me what you need, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Perfect. Perfect, man. Pedro, well, hey, thanks so much for sharing this campaign. Again, we'll
Thank you.
continue to push it through our social media as well.
Thank you
And
so
I
much,
just wanted
man.
to thank all the guests tonight. I mean, you guys all have some great campaigns. What an amazing variety. We had a superhero clown. We've got a Reaper Destroyer, anti-hero. We've got the armored cowboy.
There you
And
go.
issue 4, we're charmed, right? We're charmed with these teenagers with these bracelets, bring these animals alive, bring us to another world. And we've got tech, right? We've got Cheech and Chong, some technology
Nice.
style stories here. I mean, what an amazing variety, guys! And that's why we are in the golden age, and it's in our logo. You know, this is a golden age for indie creators, and what's coming out of Kickstarter, what's coming out of Indiegogo, and other crowdfunding platforms is really incredible. It is. You know, when you have the power to do what you want, the way you want, it's really incredible what comes out of it. And kudos to all of you creators tonight and what you're doing. And it's fun, man. I love doing this. And before we do go, I do want to give our lovely co-hosts a big shout out for what they're doing. Cara has her books up still on Indiegogo now, so you can get Unstable Frequencies, which is her horror ensemble of books. If this will load up, here we go. If you want to just do a quick plug, Cara.
So this is my horror anthology that I've done with Alpha Trujillo. We've got 4 stories in 4 different times and places. This is our hostess. She's our crypt keeper. And she is directing you through all of these stories. You can buy it as one book. You can buy it as variant covers. You can buy each individual story with their own variant covers as well. We've got Shikari. We've got CB Zane. We've got Courtney Rose. We've got Marissa Pope. Tons of really, really great artists on board, as well as some variant covers that are homage covers as well. We've got a lot going on here. We also have some editions of some extra fun books you can get. We've got an inks only. So it's essentially a black and white, no word balloon. So you can see the art as it stands on its own, as well as a production book, Beyond the Frequency, that's going to have some scripts and some, some art that may have not been seen, some cosplay, just kind of this is all the stuff it takes to make a book.
Mm-hmm.
There's naughty nice covers for pretty much everything. We've got some big bundle packs, lots of cosplay because there are multiple characters to cosplay. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on right there.
Very cool. So the link is in the description. Check that out. And then we also have a Goblin Girl.
Oh,
yeah,
right. Goblin Girl.
Goblin Girl. Do you want to give a quick plug on that, Dan?
So basically, this is a fantasy book, medieval fantasy. I've always described as Lord of the Rings. If there was an Elvira-esque, cheeky, like tongue-in-cheek character in there, that's
Lord of the boobs.
Yes, there's boobs.
There you go. Yeah.
No nudity, but plenty of cleavage. Lots of cleaving, heavy cleaving of bodies, and fantasy adventure. It's about 72 pages of story. There's going to be 8 pages of some bonus content in the back, but there's a black and white and a color version, so you don't have to choose if you like the line art, the gray tone. You'll have that, as well as Billy Basco's amazing color work on there, which it just like he gets better and better every page he colors. So he's probably gonna hit it one more time after he gets to the end to make sure that he feels consistent with what he's delivered. But we got a bunch of tiers on there. There's an all-in tier that's going to have a bunch of cool little treasure gems and things thrown in there that people will be excited. Like, I think when they get it, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know this was in here. We got some cards that are going to come with the standard tiers, because we were trying to like be conservative with like how much we were gonna make, and then we kept pushing past goals, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I think we're just gonna have to give people stuff.
That's the way to go.
We're pretty happy.
Free
man.
shit.
It's done pretty good. Everybody's getting fed, and we're working on the sequel, as well as a crossover book with Irene of Fiendish.
Oh, nice.
And so that's what we got going on. That Goblin Girl is just a fun book, fantasy adventure action. So
all right, very cool, very cool.
Friends. Back everybody on here.
Back it today. Back it today.
Back it
the
today,
links are in the
friends.
description below. And before we go, I have to announce
Oh my god.
We are launching the new campaign in I think like 2 weeks or something
Can't
of that
wait.
nature. The final She Sakura. All right, it's the final.
The
in
final.
She Returned. The She Returned saga.
Is she going to return again?
Well, now she's back, but this is the saga that brought her back, man. What is wrong with you?
Oh, okay.
No, she's
Come
here.
on, Joe.
You had me worried. You made it sound like this
Sarah
was
gets it,
it. This
Cody
was
gets
the
it,
last
come
book.
on.
I'm like, no, we need more Billy Tucci.
Hey, I gotta say that Billy has been just absolutely killing it on these books. Like the quality of the books, the art is amazing. Billy's one of the coolest guys you're ever gonna meet. We've had him on the show a couple times on Ot and stuff, and just I'm so excited every time he drops a campaign. I'll back anything that dude does. He's an amazing artist, amazing dude.
That's
so
his
cool.
roots, man. He was doing this before
he's
Kickstarter or anything.
Trailblazer.
He was doing it the old school way. Oh yeah.
Dude, I remember when I was a teenager seeing She in the comic book store when I was a little kid and being blown away then. And now, again, years later, I never thought I would have had a chance to meet the dude or talk to the dude, and be there when he's, doing some of the best work on this character. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, if you can get to know him, he's like one of the best in the industry, for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the first Comic-Cons I went to back in like the early 90s was like one of the first ones that Billy was at. And I remember seeing Billy there with all his books, and then there was like a motorcycle there and a bunch of other crazy stuff. And I was like, I just want to be that guy. With my comics and be that freaking cool.
I met Billy one time at a convention. And he was super cool. I walked up to him and just chilled with him for a little bit, just asked him a bunch of questions about some of the stuff at his table. He was just such a cool dude back then. And then again, just being able to interact with him now has been really cool.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude to have in your court and just an all-around good guy. But and all you creators are, you're all doing great stuff out there. And Joe, I look forward to when the campaign goes live, having you back on. Cody, please keep us in the loop with anything else. If you guys ever want to hang on a stream, if you see some posts, we've got some things. We haven't been streaming as much as we normally do because obviously we've got the new She campaign that we're working on, getting that ready. We've got another top secret. It might be a new channel. It might just be a new series. But we have something that's high production that we're working on, which should be really, really cool. Yeah, I'll tell you. Ooh. Don't worry. But hopefully if all that comes together, it'll definitely be something mind-blowing, I hope. But again, and Pedro, Russ, and Sarah, if you ever want to come back on, hang out and chat, please let us know. Good luck with your campaigns, everyone. And everyone, have yourselves a great weekend. Back some books, read some books. Let us know what you think. And Cara, as always, it's a pleasure having you on. Dan, thanks so much for joining me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Be happy. Buy your booze for May 4th. Is that it? May 14th? When's it launching, Joe?
14th.
May 14th. Yeah, May 14th.
May 14th.
Yeah, get the alcohol ready. Let's do it. Let's party.
Go to Costco. You can buy it by the case.
Yeah, it's going to be a day. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you all soon.
Hail the champ.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.